So going into this, I knew a little bit about Guo, and I knew it was going to be strange, but it was much weirder than I thought. As I started looking into this, a bunch of questions came up. Why is he rapping about cryptocurrency? Why is he signing a blood oath on a yacht in front of the Statue of Liberty with Steve Bannon? Why is he kissing Steve Bannon? What the is going on with Miles Guo and the new federal state of China?
Miles Guo now taking down the CCP. Let's crank this.
This is Miles Guo, an exiled Chinese billionaire who's funding coronavirus misinformation, election fraud lies, influencing an army of social media warriors and real-life protesters. In June of 2021, I was invited to a gala. I was invited as a reporter to cover it, but this event wasn't like others that I've covered, and it was all put on by Guo. Here were former White House officials, Donald Trump's former chief strategist,
take down the CCP.
His national security advisor.
We are going to win.
His personal lawyer.
We're so ignorant. Stupidity is letting history repeat itself.
People who helped shape public policy. And now they were helping a Chinese billionaire to hawk all sorts of misinformation. To understand that, we need to look at his relationship with Steve Bannon.
Look, it was so great, so great. Thank you, Miles. Thank you.
It's kind of like a weird buddy movie, but they're supporting an attempted coup. So Bannon was actually living on and then arrested on Guo's 150-foot, $30 million yacht.
When I saw this thing, I was like, what the heck?
Former special advisor to the president, Steve Bannon, was aboard the boat Thursday when he had been taken into custody by the United States Postal Inspection Service.
And he has been paid at least $1 million in consulting fees to help Guo set up a new media empire and exiled government. Here, they're signing the founding document of the new federal state of China, a so-called government that they founded in hopes of taking down the Chinese Communist Party. So both of these guys seem to be getting something out of this. Bannon, among other things, got money. Guo got a chance to say that he was close to Trump's inner circle, and he got help building his media empire from a guy who had helped build a right-wing media empire before.
With Gettr and G News and GTV, you're building platforms that kind of pull your power every day. If you look at it as a process, we're winning. And we're winning on a massive scale.
Virtually every day, Guo streams hours of himself ranting and rambling. His featured video on YouTube is called Who is Miles Guo? And it paints a picture of Guo as an anti-corruption whistleblower who got run out of China for speaking truth to power and who has since continued exposing Chinese Communist Party corruption. Yeah, well, my reporting reveals quite a different picture. Over the last 8 months, as I've researched and interviewed, read and fact-checked, what comes to light is a man using his money and his influence to create a sort of misinformation empire. And according to a slew of lawsuits, he's allegedly doing this to line his own pockets. The SEC started investigating him, and in the fall of 2021, they forced Guo's companies to pay more than $500 million. His new federal state of China doesn't have a website or any employees. It's not a legally incorporated organization, let alone a sovereign state. And critics allege, in lawsuits, that it's just a way to bolster his bid for political asylum. So here's a good example of how this misinformation network works. Guo, with Bannon's help, helped to pay for a leading proponent of the theory that China designed COVID as a bioweapon to take this unsubstantiated, widely dismissed claim mainstream.
Dr. Li Mengyan, she joins me live now for her first TV interview.
Li Mengyan is the virologist who says she has evidence about where this pandemic actually came from.
They gave her media training, and they put her on the payroll, and they helped to get her on the Tucker Carlson show and other right-wing media. So one of the companies that Guo started eventually turned into Gettr. In July of 2021, Jason Miller launched what he said was a new company, also called Gettr.
Former Trump spokesman Jason Miller has launched a new social media platform, Gettr. Its mission is, quote, fighting cancel culture, promoting common sense, and defending free speech.
And he said that Guo didn't own it, but rather that Guo was a big investor in it. And he denied that Guo had any direct role in running it. We found otherwise. We found WhatsApp messages that Guo left for Miller, in which he was instructing Miller on how to deal with the controversy that resulted from Joe Rogan joining Gettr and then making fun of Gettr for falsely boosting his follower numbers.
Jason, we don't want to do any bad thing to this guy. We need to respect him.
What this all reveals is a tangled web of influence and misinformation and alleged fraud swirling around this influencer businessman. So at this gala that I went to, I heard people chanting, take down the CCP, take down the CCP. And what Guo has done is take that argument, that chant, and build up this huge following among the Chinese diaspora around the world. And he has used them not only to push disinformation and to support Donald Trump, but to raise money for himself. He monetized Take Down the CCP, and he's been sued for fraud, but he's continuing to do it. His supporters appear to believe all kinds of misinformation about the pandemic and the election. So kind of like Trump, you can make the case that Guo's biggest fans are his biggest victims. The story doesn't end there. A judge just ordered Guo to cough up $250 million to a creditor, but instead of paying, he filed for bankruptcy, claiming he's worth only $50,000 to $100,000, not the billions he's asserted. I reached out to Guo and to his attorneys again and again, but I never heard back. There's more to this story. To read everything discussed here, go to motherjones.com.